I basically do everything for her that she needs.
Sir, I'm not going to accept any lies, okay? I'm not going to let you just lie to my face.
I was telling her I don't know why they're coming after me. When I'm there, I provide for my son. I pay stuff for him. I get him stuff.
We did everything that y'all asked us to do. I mean, we took him off of Medicaid and got him on a private insurance.
So just to clarify, you're wanting the court to set $0 in child support?
Yes.
And can you explain why you disagree?
Because it's not an issue. I take care of my son, so we don't need that.
Since the two of you are not married, the state cannot agree to setting medical support at $0.
Aren't we legally married by common law?
And with you and Mr. Johnson living together, you're not requesting any child support, is that right?
That's correct.
Are you in agreement with that?
I never had any problems with him having the support for my kids. So I don't have any problems with him providing for them financially.
The government in the middle, I feel like it's gonna cause friction.
Wanted to ask why I wasn't able to drop the child support order when I asked.
And sir, is it correct that you signed an acknowledgement of paternity for this child?
Yes.
And sir, did you hear the announcement that was made regarding agreed portions of this order?
Yes.
And are you in agreement to those terms of the order?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And sir, is it correct that you do not agree to the child support of $535 a month?
That's correct.
And can you tell the court why you don't agree?
Well, I've been providing for my son since day one. I mean, I'm always there for him. I see him every weekend. I spend time with him when it's, not just the weekend, but during the week, I also come and visit him around. So I'm in his life. I'm in his life since day one. So like I was telling her, I don't know why they're coming after me. When I'm there, I provide for my son. I pay stuff for him. I get him stuff. I mean, is that not enough? I mean, I don't know why they're coming after me, honestly, but I mean, I'm an honest man, so she can tell you that.
Okay. And sir, do you provide financially for the needs of the child?
Yes, ma'am.
And how do you do that?
I give cash or just, go buy them, there, here and there.
And how much do you provide a month in cash?
About like $400 to $500.
And how long have you been doing that?
For the past 5 years, because the first year we were still together, but then it didn't work out with us, so we separated, and we've been co-parenting since.
Pass a witness.
All right, the parts to accept the child support that y'all agreed to, those are all fine with me. I'm going to lower child support to $450 a month because of the possession that y'all are doing. Payments have to be paid through the child support office for you to get credit, so you cannot pay those directly to the child or directly to the mother. The Attorney General's office will keep track of the payments. If you're already doing that already, that shouldn't be a problem, other than you're going to be sending it through the child support office. Make sure you have the child on insurance as soon as possible, if not already. And the Attorney General's office will put that in a court order and email y'all a copy so that you have a copy of it. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit.
Does that mean that he has to pay child support?
Exactly. That's what I just said.
Can I ask why? I mean, we did everything that y'all asked us to do. I mean, we took him off of Medicaid and got him on a private insurance. And I mean,
I'm not going to argue with you. I understand you don't agree, but he has an obligation to financially support his child. He says in his testimony he's paying $400 or $500 a month already. I lowered it to a lower amount. I mean, we're just formalizing what y'all are doing already, and it's required. I don't do $0 child support orders.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Are you still in agreement with those specific terms?
I don't want anything. I don't want no child support. As far as his visitation,
Can you please answer the question, Ms. Finley?
Oh, yes.
Okay. And the state calculated guideline child support based on Mr. McFarland's income at $848 per month. Do you agree or disagree with that amount?
Disagree.
Okay. And can you explain why you disagree?
With the child support, because I'm good. He's taken care of.
And do y'all have an agreement outside of the court?
No, he's taken care of.
And how often per week does Mr. McFarland have her in his possession?
He may see him once or twice a week. His schedule just changed, so it's different.
Okay, and so just to clarify, you're wanting the court to set $0 in child support?
Yes.
And do you believe that's in the best interest of your son?
Yes.
Is there anything else you want to tell the court that's relevant to your case?
No.
Okay, I'll pass the witness. The state calls the father, Mr. McFarland. Will you state your name?
Thaddeus McFarland?
Okay, and Mr. McFarland, did you hear those agreements that I read out in the very beginning?
Yes,
As to those specific terms, are you still in agreement?
yes,
And the guideline child support we've calculated is $848 per month. Do you agree or disagree to that amount?
disagree,
And can you explain why you disagree?
because it's not an issue. I take care of my son, so we don't need that.
And when you say you take care of your son, can you explain what you mean by that?
Whatever you need, clothes, shoes, we do good at, buying them stuff like that.
And how old is he?
2,
Okay. And does he go to daycare?
no,
And is there a specific amount that you and Miss Finley have agreed to for you to pay, or is it just whatever comes up? And you're also wanting the court to set child support at $0. Is that correct?
right,
And do you believe that's in the best interest of your child?
yes,
Is there anything else you want to tell the court about your case?
no,
I'll pass the witness.
All right, the parts y'all agreed to, those are all fine with me. Those will be part of the court order. I don't do 0 child support orders. So child support is based on guidelines at $848 a month. If Ms. Finley wants to return the money to you after you pay it, that's up to her. I'm not going to tell her how to spend her money. But child support is based on the guidelines, based on your income. The Attorney General's office will draft an order, send out a withholding order, and they'll send you all a copy of that. Y'all are done with the court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
This is a petition and suit affecting the parent-child relationship. The parties are living together, so we're only requesting an order for medical support. However, the parties do not agree to the amount. So I would like to announce the agreements and then call the parties.
All right.
The parties are living together, so we're not doing any orders for conservatorship or possession access. There's no access to private insurance, so the child will stay on government insurance. There will be no child support since they live together. There's no retroactive child support, medical support, or dental support. No family violence or non-disclosure requested. The father is unemployed and agrees to participate in the Choices program. And we're requesting that court costs be waived since the parties are living together. So those are all the agreements. I'll call the parties. I called the mother, Christy Hernandez. Miss Hernandez, could you state your full name?
Yes, it's Christy Michelle Hernandez.
And ma'am, what's the name of the child involved in this case?
Andrew Elijah Ortiz.
Okay. And how old is the child?
He's 6.
And ma'am, is it correct that the two of you live together?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you hear the announcements made by me?
Yes.
And are you in agreement to those terms of the order except for medical support?
Yes.
Okay. And ma'am, the state has calculated medical support at $113 a month beginning March 1st, 2024. Are you in agreement to that amount?
No.
Okay, and what amount are you asking that medical support be set at?
0.
Okay, and ma'am, you understand that since the two of you are not married, the state cannot agree to setting medical support at 0?
I am now.
Well,
Okay.
are we legally married by common law? I mean, we've been together since what, like 11, 12 years?
Yeah, we've been together for like 11 years. Do we have to be married by court?
Yes, you have to be legally married.
Okay. Is there any way, like in the close to the future, like if we were to get married, could we like drop this?
Yes, you could let us know and then we could modify the order.
Okay. What's the least amount? Or I mean, I can't even.
Okay,
No.
so this is not the time for you to question me. So I'm gonna pass the witness.
Okay.
The state calls the father, Andrew Ortiz. Mr. Ortiz, could you state your full name?
Andrew Ortiz.
And sir, is it correct that you signed an acknowledgement of paternity for this child involved in this case?
Yes.
And sir, is it correct that the two of you are living together?
Yes.
And sir, do you agree to all the announcements that were made that were agreed to?
Yes.
Okay, and sir, is it correct that the only thing you don't agree to is the medical support amount?
Yes.
And sir, is it correct that you're unemployed at this time?
Yes.
And then do you have any other children that are biologically yours?
No.
Okay, and sir, the state calculated medical support at $113 a month beginning March 1st, 2024. Are you in agreement to that amount?
No.
Okay, and can you tell the court why you don't agree?
Because we applied for Medicaid. It was to help us. And then when I lost my job last year, I mean, me paying that amount is just taken away from my kid. I mean, from us really. So it's like, I mean, I get we're in this, but I mean, we weren't even separated for not even a month. It wasn't even. It was like 3 days. It was just something her mom pressured her to do. But I mean, I'm not gonna speak for her, but I don't agree to it because I don't see how it helps the kid, our kid.
That's the way.
I think the problem here, Mr. Hernandez and Ms. Ortiz, is that you have to realize that the state of Texas requires that all children be covered by health insurance. And here, even though there's going to be no child support, I'm going to waive the court costs, but you do have to keep the child covered by medical insurance. You either have to go out and get some medical insurance, or you can get it through various other means, but the child has to be covered by medical insurance. And if the state is going to cover it, then that's the minimum amount. That's based on a person with no job and but physically able to work. And it's set at 113. That's the reason that it's that amount. That's very low compared to what most people are paying for medical insurance. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that, Mr. Hernandez?
Yes, sir.
All right, so I'm going to set the cash medical at $113 per month. Now, if you can go out and get it cheaper than that, all you have to do is go back to the Attorney General's office, tell them that you found you a better policy and it's less money and it's reasonable. It can't be, they got some weird stuff out there. It can't be under those weird policies. It has to be actual medical insurance. You understand?
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it at 113. If you can find another one, go back to the AG and they'll stop it. Yes, ma'am. You have a question, Ms. Ortiz?
Yes, Your Honor. If I was to add him to my insurance, because I work for SNAP insurance. If I was to add them under my insurance, could this get cleared out?
It sure could.
Oh.
Okay, but I'm gonna leave it at 113 until you get them added. Then you can contact the Attorney General's office and explain that you have added them to the policy, and and they will verify it. Once they verify it, then they'll drop the $113. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Appreciate y'all's time today. Thank you much. Y'all can press leave and you're free to go. Thank you.
We filed the case with one child, Tanaya Johnson. However, parties have had a second child, Theron Levon Johnson, born, November 22nd, 2023. And we're requesting a trial amendment to include that child in this case in filing as well. I believe that we need to address the issue of whether or not Ms. Banks and Mr. Johnson live together. They say they're living together, but they don't have the same address. So I'd like to resolve that issue first.
Okay, go ahead.
The state calls the mother. Ma'am, will you state your name?
Chandra Banks,
And what are the children's names?
Tanaya Lene Johnson, and Tafarin Levon Johnson.
And when they were both born, did Mr. Johnson sign a document stating that he's the biological father?
Yes, he did.
Okay. And who are the children currently living with?
With us both.
And where are y'all living?
At my address, the 4095 South Cockrell Hill.
Okay. And how long have you and Mr. Johnson and the kids been living together?
For the past 4 months now.
Okay. And do you have a lease at that current?
Yes, I do.
Is his name on the lease as well?
No, it's not.
And is it the plan to continue to reside together?
That's correct.
And are y'all currently married?
No, in the process.
And what kind of health insurance coverage do the children have?
At the moment, they both have Medicaid.
Okay. And when you applied for the Medicaid, did you put that Mr. Johnson is in the household on the applications?
No, because at the moment he wasn't.
When you applied, he wasn't living with you.
Correct.
Okay.
With Tanaya. And then when I applied for Tafarin, he wasn't as well.
Okay. And you said he's been living with you for the past 4 months?
Correct.
Okay.
3-4 months, somewhere in there.
I'll pass the witness for now and call Mr. Johnson. Sir, will you state your name?
My name is Tafarin Buntrell Johnson.
And Mr. Johnson, when the 2 children were born, did you sign documents stating that you're their biological father?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you currently living with Miss Banks and the 2 children?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have y'all been living together?
For about the last 4 months.
Okay. And do you use her address as your residence address, or whose address do you use?
I use my grandmother.
Okay. And why is that?
That's just where I came from, and I never just changed the address to this one because, of course, I'm not on anything here, so I just send all my mail to my grandmother's house.
Okay. And were you living at that house before you moved in with Miss Banks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I'll pass the witness. Let's see. I will recall the mother, Miss Banks. You said the kids have Medicaid, right?
Correct.
Okay. And with you and Mr. Johnson living together, you're not requesting any child support, is that right?
That's correct.
And you're not requesting any retroactive child support for the past?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Has there been any family violence in the last 2 years between you and Mr. Johnson?
No.
Do you have any safety concerns with your address or your phone number being printed in the court order?
No.
Okay. And we did calculate medical support for Mr. Johnson to pay due to the Medicaid at $76 per month beginning May 1st, 2024. Are you in agreement with that request?
No.
And what are you wanting the medical support to be set at?
0, because I'm currently about to gain employment. So I'll have my children on the health insurance, and he's doing so as well.
Okay. Do you know how much the insurance will cost to enroll the children?
No, not at the moment. Everything isn't finalized yet.
Okay. And as that job, have you started that job yet?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When do you start?
Preferably next week. I have to talk to them later today.
Okay. And if the court finds that you and Mr. Johnson are living together, you understand that we're not going to ask for any visitation schedule to be set or any conservatorship to be set because y'all are in the same household?
Yes.
Okay. Is there anything else you want the court to know about your case? Okay. I'll pass the witness and recall Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, has there been any family violence in the last 2 years between you and Miss Banks?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any safety concerns with your address being printed in the court order?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And are you employed right now?
No, ma'am.
Okay. When's the last time you had a job?
About 2 months.
And what were you doing about 2 months ago? What kind of job did you have?
I worked for Clock and the Metals.
What were you earning at that job?
I think about $19 an hour.
And why did that job end?
It was a temporary job. So
Do you have any? Sorry, go ahead.
The assignment was up.
Okay. How long was the assignment?
It was a temporary spot, so I was only there for maybe 2 months, 2 or 3 months.
Okay. And do you have anything lined up to start in the near future?
Yes, I do.
And what is that?
I'm going back into warehouse, receiving and shipping.
And do you know how much you'll be getting paid?
Yeah, something around the same thing, like $19.
And do you know when that job's going to start?
Supposedly I will find that out later on this week. I did an interview the other day, so I'm looking forward to the response from that.
Okay. So you haven't found out yet if you've gotten the job or not?
They said that I did. It's just when they contact me back, it's going to tell me like when I'm going to start, what I have to have, and everything like that.
Okay. And is it correct that you have one other child?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And we've calculated medical support at $76 per month beginning May 1st. Do you agree or disagree with that amount?
I disagree.
And what do you think medical support should be set at?
0. I'm going to do everything possible to make sure that the children medical support will be handled once this job started and my insurance kick in, I'll be putting them on the insurance.
And do you know how much it will cost you to put them on the insurance?
No, ma'am, not at the moment. I don't know.
And are you requesting that there be no child support set because you and Ms. Banks live together?
Yes, ma'am.
And you understand that if it's found that y'all live together, we're not requesting any orders for visitation schedule or for conservatorship?
Yes, ma'am.
Is there anything else you want the court to know about your case?
No, ma'am.
I'll pass the witness.
All right, we're gonna make an order that that y'all have no insurance as of today, since we're not uncertain as to what will happen in the future and how much it may cost. Right now, we're gonna do an order that Ms. Banks is to apply for Medicaid or CHIPS, and medical support is set against Mr. Johnson at $76 a month. If either one of you get insurance, then you need to notify the other party, which should be easy, and then also notify the Attorney General's office, and then also notify Medicaid as well. And then maybe they can stop charging it to $76. But until you do that, they'll continue to request that you pay the $76 a month. Not doing any child support or any other orders since y'all are living together. That order will state that y'all are living together. And so that's the reason why we're not doing any other orders. Court costs is billed to Mr. Johnson. The Attorney General's office will draft an order as to that and email y'all a copy and make your payments to the child support office. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Parties agree to a standard possession order. Parties agree to government health insurance the mother is carrying now. Parties agree to a cash medical support order of $183. There's a disagreement on the child support. I will now call the mother. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Yes, Takesia Young.
Ma'am, did you hear the agreements I just read into the record?
Yes, ma'am.
Are those still your agreements?
Yes, ma'am.
And ma'am, the state has calculated child support at $540. Are you in agreement with that?
No, ma'am.
Can you tell the judge why?
Yes, I never had any problems with him having the support for my kids. He just recently got them prepared for winter, just bought them our both kids clothes for winter, did Pampers and wipes and hygiene things for them to be provided. So I don't have any problems with him providing for them financially. If it's something that I say that they need, he's there to provide for them. So asking for child support, it'll be limiting his support of the kid.
Thank you, ma'am. Is there any other reason you disagree with the state's calculation of $540?
Yes, it costs way more than that to support the kid, and I just feel like if I put a limit on how much he pay a month, that's all that I would get. And right now, like I stated before, he hasn't shown any places where he's not financially providing. So I want to continue that healthy co-parenting between the both of us.
I pass this witness. Sir, can you state your name for the record?
My name is Anthony Jeffrey.
And sir, did you hear the agreements I told the judge?
Yes, ma'am.
Are those still your agreements?
About just getting just the medical support, correct?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
The state has calculated child support at $540. Are you in agreement with that?
No, ma'am.
Can you tell the judge why?
Because I'm there mentally, financially, and I feel like it's no need to put a limited on anything I'm already doing. Like I'm there every day, so I feel like if the government's in the middle, I feel like it's gonna cause friction. But because I'm already doing, whatever I need to do for my kids, so I don't need.
How much money did you in like money and things that you bought for the kids did you provide to the mother last month? If you had to add all of that amount together, how much was it?
Couple of I'll say over 1,000.
Okay. I pass this witness. Thank you, sir. I pass this witness.
All right, so y'all got us involved. The Attorney General's office got you involved because y'all did not have private insurance involved. You got the state involved in your case, which means we have to do a child support order. Medicaid isn't free, and one
Yeah,
of
we
the
know.
conditions is I'm not having a conversation. Don't talk while I'm talking. Medicaid is not free. It costs something, and they also want us to set up child support. So I understand you may be paying more than that. That's great, but we have to at least have you pay the legal amount, which is the $540. If you want to give her more money than that, you're definitely welcome to do that. You can do any additional amounts through the Attorney General's office to get credit, or you can do it directly to the mother, but you won't get credit for that. But child support has to be paid at least through the child support office in the amount of $540. All the other parts y'all agreed to are all fine. The Attorney General's office will draft an order, email y'all a copy. Make sure you understand that only payments paid through the child support office count. So if you don't pay them through there because you just don't feel like it, you're going to get behind. They're going to bring you back to court. So if you don't want to be back in court, pay at least this amount through the child support office. Y'all are done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.
Sir, I'm not done.
I'm done.
Sir, so I do have a question.
You have a question, I answer a question, but you just argue with me about it because you don't like it. I'm not going to do.
No, I'm not arguing with you. Okay, so if he was to get the private insurance, then it wouldn't be no need for a child support order?
It's too late now.
What do you mean?
It's too late now. We're doing this court order, all right?
So
all right.
if I...
Okay, thank you. I've got to move on. I got a lot of people waiting here. That's the way it's going to be. I'm not going to change my mind. Thank you.
Let the record reflect the gentleman has been served. Cases continue to October the 24th. You both are
excuse me, can I speak?
No, ma'am, there's no testimony today. He's accepted service. The law allows
Oh,
him
I'm not giving
to
testimony.
reset
I was
today.
just wanted to ask why I wasn't able to drop the child support order when I asked.
Oh, you're gonna have to discuss that with the Attorney General's office. It's their case. And usually because one might be receiving state benefit. Yep. You're gonna have to discuss that with
I don't get Medicaid. And when I asked about why I couldn't, they said he owed state arrears. He made a lump sum payment of
Ms. Long.
$13,000.
I'm gonna mute you. No testimony. None at
As to
all.
why he's
No
not able.
testimony at all. None. Not today. It's
Well,
not
it wasn't
fit to be. And I'm gonna remove you because you keep unmuting and continuing to talk over me.
Well,
There's
you were
no
talking over me, so I figured
testimony
I would turn
at all today. Thank you, and you're free to go also, sir. See you back on October the 24th. Have a good day.
Are you in agreement with being named joint managing conservator with this for this child?
Yes.
Are you in agreement with the standard possession order for visitation?
Yes.
Do you object with the mother's restriction of the child's address to Dallas or surrounding counties?
Yes.
You do object to that?
Oh, wait, what did you say? Sorry.
Are you asking the court for the mother to remain in Dallas or surrounding counties with the child?
No.
You want her to have the ability to move anywhere with the child?
No, I just like to stay in Dallas.
Okay. The state has calculated child support at $315. Are you in agreement with that?
No, we said we weren't gonna do child support.
What is the reason that you do
I
not want
provide
to?
for her.
Well, let me finish my question, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What is the reason that you do not wish to be ordered to pay child support?
Well, the mother was asking for me not to be put on child support.
What other reasons do you have?
Because I provide for her. I basically do everything for her that she needs.
Okay. Right now, sir, what type of insurance does your child have? And do you understand that the state is the one who pays for the doctors? But your testimony is that you provide everything for your child?
Well, I do. I provide food and formula and diapers and clothing.
Okay. Besides the reasons you just stated, are there any other reasons you don't agree with child support being ordered at $315?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And so are you also not in agreement with you being ordered to reimburse the state $150 for medical support?
I'm in agreement with that.
Okay. Do you have any other children?
No, ma'am.
Has there been any family violence between you and the mother?
No, ma'am.
Is there any reason that your address should remain private from this court
No, ma'am.
record? I pass this witness.
All right. All right, Mr. Hacker.
Yes, sir.
Would you please again tell me why you shouldn't pay child support? I know you said that you and the mother have some
Well,
agreements. Wait, she didn't say
Oh,
that.
sorry.
When she was asked, should you pay $315 a month in child support? She said yes.
Yeah, I'm guessing she didn't understand the question, but we were just talking in the other courtroom, and she had told the lady that we weren't gonna go through with child support because we're together at the moment.
Y'all live together?
We don't
No, we
live
have
together,
our
but
own,
Wait a minute,
yeah, I
Ms. Mart-
didn't,
hold on, Miss
oh,
Martinez.
sorry.
I'll come to you in a minute. Do y'all live together, Mr. Hacker?
no, sir, not at the moment. We're working on that.
Okay. All right, now what do you want to tell me, Miss Martinez? You can unmute yourself.
I didn't understand the question, but for the child support and the joint and all of that, was that for like if what we had going right now didn't work out?
No, ma'am. The family code specifically says that both parents have a duty to support the child. And unless you guys are living together, then I'm probably going to order him to pay child support.
But we're planning on moving in together pretty soon, so.
Okay, well, when y'all move together, then you can repetition and ask the Attorney General's office to do something different. But in the meantime, I'm going to order child support and medical support. Either one of you have any additional questions for me?
No.
All right, then I'm going to order that Mr. Hacker pay child support in the amount of $315 per month, beginning on February 1st, 2024, and payable on the first of each month thereafter. And order that he pay cash medical of $150 per month, beginning on February 1st, 2024, and payable on the first of each month thereafter. And since she's not requesting any retroactive child support, then I'm going to find retroactive child support to be in the amount of $0. Either one of you have any questions for me?
Yes. If
Yes,
I
ma'am.
didn't want the child support, he would still have to be put on child support?
That's what I said, man. Until
Yes,
such
okay.
time as y'all move together, live together, do something that indicates that
Okay, well, we're living together.
Sir, I'm not going to accept any lies, okay?
We're
I'm
fixing to
ordering you to
move
pay
in.
child support. You're not living together. I asked you that question already and you said no. So I'm not going to let you just lie to my face.
I'm not
That's not going
lying.
to happen.
Okay,
All right.
I could.
Miss
And then
Korea, if
and then how do you
how can you come
you'd
back?
have to reapply? Yeah.
Once y'all living together, I'm sure you'll sign some
We
lease
gotta
or
wait 3
something
months again.
showing
All that
showing
shit.
that y'all are living together, and then you can present that to the OAG, and they will rehear your case or reset your case.
We gotta wait 3 months and stuff like
No,
that
I didn't
again.
say 3 months. I said when you're living together.
Yeah, but the court date, it takes like 3 months. So
Well, if it takes 3 months, it's 3 months. It may take 6 months. It may take a year. I don't know.
all right.
But in
Anything
the end,
else?
we'll pay child support. All right, Ms. Correa is going to email to both of you a copy of the order indicating these things that we discussed. I appreciate y'all's time today. You can both
That's
press
fine.
leave and you're free to go.